من أعراض الإصابة بفيروس كورونا ارتفاع درجة حرارة الجسم اللي هي الحمى والكحة، ومن أعراض التنفس. وخليكم بصحة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. مواصلة لسلسلة برامجنا التعليمية في قناة المعرفة التعليمية لتلاميذ مرحلة الأساس في شهادة مرحلة الأساس. نواصل اليوم دروس مادة اللغة الإنجليزية. And welcome back again to our English language lessons for the basic level pupils. And our lesson for today is about how do people communicate in the past and now. And in the last lesson we had a reading lesson which was about Dindir National Park, and I ask you, my dear pupils, to read the passage again on your Spine 3 course book about Dindir National Park to answer the following questions. And I'd like to remind you that one of the questions in that lesson was, where did Isam go? Right? He went to Dindir. So where is a question word used for asking about places? In the same passage, you had the question, when did Isam go? Right? Last holiday. Last holiday is a time. So when is a question word used to ask about time? Let's come to our lesson for today to see what is it, which is Unit 2, Lesson 3. Have a look here. Look at the board, please. What can you see in the board? What are they? You see, for example, computer. Good. What else? Mobile phone. Okay, thank you. What else? Right. This picture about the means of communication that people use to communicate with each other. Right? Let's see. Our lesson of today is sending a message. Right? To send a message to someone, to inform him or to tell him about something, or to ask him or her about something, to wait a feedback or response or an answer to what you have written or said. Let's see, how do people use to communicate? But now learn these words. For example, here, letter, 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 L-E-T-T-E-R, right? Look at this. This is a letter P.O. Box 20, Boys School, 4th of June 1993. Right, this is the title, the address, and ends in the date of writing the letter. Right, this is the letter, Dear Ahmed. Right, you come to the topic of the letter and you find best wishes, Adam. When you look at this letter, we easily can know that who writes this letter. Adam does. Adam writes the letter to whom? Right? Does he write it to Ahmed? How do you know that? Because he started his letter by writing Dear Ahmed, right? And who is that address? For example, P.O. Box 20, Boys School, the 4th of June, 1993. Yeah, this is the address. Let's come to the next. Postcard, 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 right? This is another way people used to communicate, right? Sending, dear Carla, dinner is great. I wish you were here, Ali, right? You remember last time when Assam visited Dindir National Park, right? Did he enjoy his journey there? Yeah, he enjoyed it much. So when he came back home, he wrote this postcard, right, with a photo about Dindir National Park to his friend Carlo, right, telling him that about Dindir, right, is great. I wish you were here, right? This is Ali, one of the friends of Assam. Let's see. Yeah, here. Carl Q. Dear Ahmed. This is a rest of the postcard. Look here. And what this? Yeah, a postcard is one piece of paper, right, with two sides. One of the sides is a photograph of a place of, right, something, and on another part you find some lines to write your letter on, and it must have something like this. We stick it on the postcard, which is stamp, 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 right? Let's see. See? Telegram, 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 right? A telegram is a short message that written to inform someone about very important event, right? In very short way, right? For example, here, number one is this is a telegram. 2 to Ahmed. 3 from Yusuf. 4, this is the issue, the topic about the telegram, right? Arriving Friday, meet me at airport 10:30, right? When we have a look at this telegram, we immediately notice that who wrote this telegram? Easily we find that Yusuf has written this telegram. And to whom, right, has he written it? To Ahmed. And what was it about, right? His arrival time, right? When is he arriving? On Friday, right? And he'd like his friend Ahmed to wait him and meet him at the airport. And what time? That is 10:30. Now look at this. What do you know about them? Do you know all this? The first one on the top left corner, which is telephone. Yeah. And what in the middle of the board. What is it? Which is postcard, right? Here you find place to write, lines to write on. And at the back, there is a photograph of something, right? For example, the first one on the top left corner is a telephone. Telephone. Telephone, yes, try to say telephone after me. Postcard. 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 Yeah, try to say after me. Postcard. Postcard, right. Yeah, this side on which you write on, at the back side there is a photograph of something, and that is a letter. 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 Yes, say after me, letter. Again, right, thank you. And what this? On the top right corner of the board, what is it? Yeah, it's a radio. 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 And you know radio, right? It's an equipment we use when we would like to listen to music, to listen to the news. I usually listen to the news on radio, right? And also we have the last one is telegram. Telegram. Telegram, right? Yeah, this is a machine, right? In a telegraph office. In a telegraph office, they use it to write the telegrams to be sent to other places. Okay, now go to activity C. I hope that you are following me at this moment, having your Spine 3 course book, because this lesson is from your book. Here, who can make a sentence here? We can send a message by, we had ways of sending messages, right? By writing a letter or postcard or telegram, right? Or telephone, right? Or radio also can send some messages. Okay, this activity, try to do it by yourself. When you go back to the previous activities, try to complete it on your Spine course book first, and then you can copy the activity on your notebook and rewrite it again, right? This will help you develop your writing skill and composing and forming sentences. Right, now go back to some messages again, study them in activity D. For example, the first one on the left side, which is what? To Ibrahim. From Bashir. Right, what's the topic of this message? Yes, it's about the exams time, right? And when is the exam? When is it? From that telegram. It is next week, right? And what does Bashir ask Ibrahim to do concerning the exam time, right? He requested him to come back immediately, right? Okay, the first telegram is from Bashir to Ibrahim, right? Requesting him to come back immediately because of the exam, which is next week. The next one, what is it? From whom? This postcard. Yeah, from Ayman, right? And what is he telling about, right, on his telegram? About the weather and where. Look at the postcard. The weather where? Which place? In Kassala, right? And when, what time? We have time here. We have yesterday, right? And what did Ayman and his friends do in Kassala, right? He said what? We climbed the mountains, right? What did they do? When they were in Kassala yesterday, they climbed the mountains, like Totil Mountain, Mukram Mountain, right, in Kassala. And this is Ali Ahmed, P.O. Box 305, Dongola, Sudan. Yes, to Ali. Right, this is the stamp here. Also, we can study these messages here. On the top right corner, we find the address High Street, Sydney, right? And where is Sydney? Sydney is in Australia, right? And when is that written? On the 25th of September 1984. To whom? To John. How do we know that? Because it is started by Dear John, right? That John is going to receive this message. And from whom does it send? Right? From David. How do we know that? Because David concludes his message by writing best wishes and signs his